respect time limit. Once again, I request all of you, please make silence to proceed further, and request to all speakers and honorable chairperson to please respect time limit. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, dear friends. I thank the chairpersons for inviting me here. I thank Dr. Jain for inviting me here. I thank Dr. Yadav for recommending my name. Today I saw I saw something which surprised me a lot. We are talking of unity of doctors. Where is the unity? Today when a celebrity came to give his talk, we were all there. The house was full and we were quietly listening and clapping. But when our respected doctor, the next speaker came, half the audience left. And you expect unity? You expect to stand with each other? Somebody tells you that you stand with each other and you are very weak and you are very quiet and you listen and you clap. And you do the opposite the right next moment. This is the deed of the hour. Give respect to your speakers. Give respect to people who are of your own clan, your colleagues. Until and unless we stand united, believe me, dear friends, nobody will come to your help. This is my topic of the hour. I request my chairpersons to please start my time now because I took a few minutes. So I'm Dr. Sona. I'm a professor in medical biochemistry, but I chose to take up psychology. I opened an NGO and we talk about mental health awareness to all children in schools. We talk to doctors how to be stress-free. My topic of the day is, how can doctors be safe in a violent society today? The need of the hour. And this falls under two categories, dear friends. This falls under the category of a problem and this falls under the category of solutions. We are all very well aware of the problems, but until and unless I enumerate a few problems, my talk will not be over. So of course, violence, as you know, among doctors, it's a universal phenomenon. It's just not in India, so let's not be very bothered. It's there all over the world and we should wake up to this fact of unity. It's there in USA, it's there in UK, it's there all over Asia. But the Lancet has published in the year 2017 that the IMA said that by 2015, it's 19 now, so it must have increased, about 75% of our doctors had been abused. And there has been 100% verbal abuse of doctors in all emergency wards, and we've all faced it at some time or the other. So every doctor is worried, so that's why we are here today, and every doctor wants to avoid being bullied or being abused. The Lancet posted a very sad picture also. It said some time back that we doctors are also responsible for half the problem that we are facing. Let's not just point one finger at others because four fingers come towards us. That is what we have to wake up to accept and to acknowledge and to change. Medical education, the Lancet says, has become very expensive. We need money. The children pay and come to these private colleges. Half of our exams, the exam which we are giving for entrance to the medical colleges, dear friends, half of our children have not been tested for aptitude. We don't know what their attitude is, what their liking is. They are pushed into it or they come into it by hook or crook. How do you expect empathy and care from such people, the Lancet asks. It also says, we are bad role models, we are always crying, we are always in low self-esteem, हम पिट रहे हैं, हमें गाली दे रहे हैं, हमें लोग मार रहे हैं, we are asking other people to help us, we don't want to help ourselves, it's shameful, and then we tell our children don't go into it. Until and unless we wake up, we be in self-esteem, nothing is going to happen. And of course, last but not the least, let us not be enticed by drug companies, let us not fall into traps, right? said, we are under attack from all over and it's time to wake up. It's a call by patients or by their relatives, we are attacked. We, the healers, we require healing. That is the need of the hour. We are facing violence, we are under stress, we are in depression, most of us who face this, have seen this, and even have read this, and you read it so much over the last month. We are under depression, insomnia, post-traumatic stress disorders, fear, anxiety. We feel our image is being tarnished. Some of us have been injured, some of us have lost our dear ones, some of us and most of us have lost our reputation, we feel when we are assaulted. So, there's loss of motivation. And many of us, people say, they tell me, we are trying to move over to other areas of work. Let's not be losers. We are not taking up serious cases and we are giving excuses and very valid excuses because I'm coming to the prevention part of it. So let's make our healthcare delivery the safe haven that it once was. It's in our hands. We can do it. We need help, of course, from the government, from the public, from the media, from the institutions. So we need awareness in these areas and we need to wake up ourselves. We are discussing this. Why are we discussing this? We are discussing this because we want to come back to the good golden old days when we were respected. And it's possible that we do get those days back because all this violence today, dear friends, it's due to misunderstanding. It's due to mishandling of cases. And it is eminently responsive to corrective measures which we'll be taking up. I'll just tell you. That's why we are discussing this. This is what we don't want. And why? Aggression is all over. It's all over the society. It's not just with us doctors. Schools are facing aggression. There's road rage. There's aggression at workplace in other areas. Why? Because it's a Google search society. It's a society which is so much more knowledgeable. It's a society which it's a very demanding society, and of course, there's rampant addiction in the society. That's why. So, we are facing it too. But our aggression which we are facing is different from these other aggressions which we have just mentioned. Because those are frustration, those are irritation, that may be thefts, robberies, those are workplace aggressions for different reasons. We are dealing with human emotions. We are dealing with frustrations and irritations when someone's near and dear one is taken away. So therefore he retaliates and hits us. Therefore he abuses us. That is the difference, which we should not ignore. So of course, what is needed is this it's taking time to click. So what is needed is a vast, major social change is needed. It's not just here for us or for the IMAs. The whole society is facing it. And you should all say no to aggression. Start with yourself, start at home, and gradually it will seep into other areas. So coming back to doctors, we are facing threats, we are facing intimidation, we are facing abuses, we are facing murder, arsons, call what may, it's there for us. Younger doctors are there at the forefront of all our hospitals, it's so sorry to say. They are immature, they are rash, they are more aggressive, and they are facing it more. The lady doctors are facing it more. Obs and gynaes often attacked. So is surgery, medicine and its allied branches. Verbal violence is there everywhere. We use it too. So start to change with yourself. We have seen this. We have seen this, we have to do this. Like, we have to showcase our anger. So there's nothing wrong with it. We have to come together and wake people up to our problems. Now, what's the responsibility of the government? Of course, 2 lines about that. Government is responsible. We have to talk to it. We have to take people to talk to it. We want laws. We want non-bailable arrest, immediate arrest. We want security. We want more funds. Definitely we want more funds. We just have 2% of the total Indian budget. How do you expect us to have good doctors and good pays and infrastructure with 2% of budget? And who is going to take it to the government? We. The government is responsible. This takes a bit long, right? And of course, the government, we are also responsible to make sure that the small cases of assaults or hit or cases on us are not lodged as FIRs, and we are not harassed by policemen, by patients who are retaliating or who are in anger. And at a small case, they go and write an FIR against us. We don't want that. We want the law to come in and to save us until and unless there is some clear evidence that we are guilty. And of course, let's be aware, small hospitals are the backbone of the society. And these small hospitals are catering to so much pain and suffering of people. But they are attacked the most at the billing period. So that is one loophole. And so are the government hospitals. They are attacked more because there are less doctors there, there's less infrastructure there, and there's not enough medicines there. And what is attacking, what is causing these attacks? Sudden deaths. The first and foremost. Patients come, and with this person, with an accident case, there is emotional outburst there. The poor doctor, he is looking after the patient, he is resuscitating the patient, he is looking after the mob psychology, he is managing the medicines, and everything goes chaotic. So there we need to wake up and take measures. Then of course, these hotspot areas where people hit us and rebuke us and get angry with us, we need to wake up and take care of these areas. The places, denial of admissions, denial of care, denial of absence of equipment, negligence, or people being referred by private practitioners to government jobs when they have no money left and they expect miracles there. Very important due to poor communication of the patient's condition to the patient by the doctor or the hospital providers, OPD overloads, and of course very high expectations. So our ICUs, our OTs, are, where there is cases of dots, or there are repeated delays or postponement of surgery, or our wards or our casualties are hotspot areas where we are attacked. So we need to be careful there. And of course in other countries they have prolonged waitings and they have intoxication and mental illness. It's there here also. Now we have a very bad image and a public expectation is very high. So it's two ends of a dagger. We had been treated well. Now what has happened? Present scenario is that some of us have tarnished our images. We have made it into a profit-making mechanisms. Those few have spoiled the whole image of the fraternity. Corporate hospitals have added fuel to fire. They are so expensive, they have goals, they have targets. But it has to be understood that with the advent of the modern medicines, everything is going costly. But the literacy rate is still there. So the patient doesn't know how expensive everything is. And he has unrealistic expectations that we are going to save him. So all these three fuel up together. And of course, it falls on the doctor. The doctor has not done his bit and we get hit. And of course, the patient thinks that every billing is done by the doctor when he's just getting a meager 20% of it of whatever he's getting in the salary or in his case. Then coupled with this, the sensational news that doctors are overcharging for the tests required, and if the tests are not required, and therefore they are creating money and building houses and running in big cars. All this is there. So what do you do about it? I'm coming to that. The only thing, the problem is there. The solution is also in our hands, and we have to look for solutions. Another problem is this lynching and this mob. These big mobs which are coming with these sudden deaths and these 2-minute leaders to incite, to incite emotions and to get their fame. So they are creating havoc. And of course, added to that, these films and videos and all these media which is telling that law and justice does not happen quickly and doctors do not get justice. And of course, there is complete lack of security. So we are being hit and we are being targeted. These are the problems. But at the end of the day, it's a crime. Patients are saying that a hospital, the communication is very bad. We are not told about how long we have to stay. We are not told about the money demands. We are shuttled from place to place. And of course, in reality, there is a complete disjuncture. The doctor is so busy with his treatments, with his work, that he has little time to understand the status of the mental status or whatever the social status of the patient. And the patient is totally unaware of what is happening in the hospital or the problems involved. So there is no empathy on either side. Doctors are unaware of the patient's condition and the patients have no understanding of the hospital complexity. This is again adding more fuel to the fire. Of course, overall deterioration is there. There are less drugs. We're talking of government hospitals and all. So life-saving drugs are not there. Dispensaries are chaotic. जहाँ वहाँ दवाई जो मिलती है, जो डॉक्टर दवाई लिखता है, वो डिस्पेंसरी में नहीं होती. जो डिस्पेंसरी में होती है, वो डॉक्टर तक नहीं पहुँचती. Ultimately, जो डॉक्टर लिखता है, so the patient goes out and buys that diagnostic equipment does not work. And the resident says that इतनी staff short है कि जो patients के relative है, वही उसकी देखभाल करते हैं in very adverse conditions, and that again is very bad. So what is happening? Why us? Why are we talking today? Because patients say we are God, we are not God. And this you have to tell to them very nicely and clearly. We are not God, we have problems, we are sometimes not available, we are not there on time due to any reasons. And we may have a poor delivery, we have a very poor delivery of information to the patient, and we are not concerned about this concern. So now I come to the main part of it. Doctors, we are a stressed lot today. And why are we stressed? Because we don't have adaptive coping skills. Why? Because we were never taught that in college. College में हम लोग पढ़े लिखे, वाइवास दिया, रटे, डायग्राम्स बनाए, and a patient's examine किए. Nobody ever taught us how to communicate. Nobody. In fact, they told us to grow. Look down. The seniors are talking. Nobody ever told us how to be assertive. Nobody told us what is empathy, and nobody taught us self-defense. There is where we are lacking. There is where we have to wake up and fight back. In clinical practice, all this is needed. In a patient-doctor relationship, you need to have all these steps which we were never taught. So, in India, abroad, let me tell you, they are very much aware to this communication and to these coping skills. In India, we hardly pay any heed to it. That is why we are getting assaulted. One of the reasons. And we have soft targets. We don't know how to fight back, to talk back. We can only ask other people to help us. We don't want to do anything ourselves. We are not there. We cannot handle crowds and aggressions. We are not trained for that, na? And of course, communication, of course, in violent conditions, वैसे ही कम है. Violent conditions में तो हमारी बोलती बंद हो जाती है. We scream back, we fight back, we get angry. Hospital management हमारा साथ नहीं देता. We say कि it's too politicized, और वो politics के अंदर दब जाता है. The need of the hour is that at this point of time, the hospital management should disperse of the fear and anguish in the doctors, जो इस समय बहुत vibrant है. Senior doctors जो होते हैं कहते हैं बहुत कम है. We should have more senior doctors and they should be at the forefront. होता क्या है, जब violent mob आता है तो junior doctor सामने होता है. वही उसका brunt रहता है, उसको पता ही नहीं बोलना क्या, कैसे बोलना है, इतना skill ही नहीं है. Senior doctor बाद में आता है. जब पोस्टमार्टम के लिए भेजना तो जूनियर डॉक्टर ही बताता है. ओटी में कोई क्या हुआ क्या नहीं, whatever, the junior doctors are at the forefront. So senior doctors come forward and take lead and take charge like the army. You have to be, you are the leaders. So residents are in a very shabby condition. They have very residential and work hours are very erratic and very inexperienced. So, and support your junior doctors. And of course caste culture भी हमारी मेडिकल एजुकेशन में हम लोग एक एलीट क्लास से आते हैं. हमें पता ही नहीं कि गरीबी जो बच्चे हैं उनको पता ही नहीं कि स्लम्स क्या होते हैं. They write to them, they talk to them as if they are at par with them. So this class culture divide has to be sort of separated, and students have to be taught how to speak to these poor people. And of course PGs तो पढ़ते रहते हैं, तो इंटर्नशिप में कुछ प्रैक्टिकल सीखते नहीं है. हाउस जॉब में नहीं होता है, PG के लिए पढ़ना है और फिर वो आगे आ जाते हैं. And then they get hated the most. And हमारे resident doctors की conditions बहुत pathetic है. This is what we have to take to the institutions have to wake up to. They have 48 to 72 hours of duty hours, no rest, no sleep. They are lonely. कितनों ने तो suicide कर ली. And why are they committing suicide? It's total depression. It's loneliness. It's lack of empathy. Seniors उनके साथ time ही नहीं है. Nobody is there to listen to them. So and then work overload is there. Shabby residential conditions are there, and then they are at the forefront, and then they have to face a violent mob. So that is one of the reasons, and we are getting disillusioned. Our younger generation is getting disillusioned because we are letting them be disillusioned. If we say we are good, everything is fine, we'll try to work it out, they'll come back to their proper fields again. And media, the lesser said the better. They are there for the TRP, we all know that. They are there for TRPs, we are portrayed negatively, and of course, they don't know anything about differential diagnosis. For them, every disease has a treatment, and of course, every patient should survive. So, we are not accountable for every death in the hospital. All this has to be told to them loud and clear. The only problem with us is that we don't know how to speak up. We don't know how to stand with each other because we were never taught that. And we should have zero tolerance to violence at workplace and institutions. ऐसा fool proof बनाइए कि silence बजे जब कोई mob आ रहा हो.
Please sum up quickly.
I started a bit late, just 2 minutes more. So ऐसा जब कोई भी mob आ रहा हो, तो they should form a human change and CCTV
There will be some
cameras.
questions also.
Yes, just it's very important. So just 2 minutes more. So this is taking very long to click. So मेरे 5 मिनट तो इसमें ही चले गए. So prevention is the best cure. So what is the prevention? Change your attitude, become adaptable. Learn to be flexible. Change your attitude towards the situation. Start learning skills that you don't know. What are those skills? Of course, enhance your security, that is there. And what are your skills? Remember that medicine is changing day by day and there is a lot of litigation. So जितना आता है अपनी capabilities पे ध्यान रखते हुए उतना ही करिए. Send references, take second opinions as far as possible to prevent litigations. Watch out for this camp approach. That means if there is verbal or expressed anger or frustration in the patients, watch out. इनका अगर body language threatening है तो take care. अगर उनके gestures threatening है तो take care. Alcohol या drugs abuse है उनके पास या उनके पास weapon है, wake up. If they are mumbling, if they are pacing here and there, the scamp approach, or if they are gesturing to you, wake up, take charge and save yourselves. Your risk factors are very many. You know, you have, if you are understaffed, then you are at high risk. If when transporting of patients is taking place, when there's long service, when they are overcrowded, when you are working with directly volatile people, when there is inadequate security, when there is unrestricted movement of public or there are poorly lit corridors or garages, these are the places you have to be aware कि कुछ हो सकता है and take care. Maintain your behavior, diffuse your behavior. Don't meet anger with anger. Be calm, caring. Don't match their threats. Don't scream back. Don't give orders. Acknowledge their feelings. Avoid any behavior of yours. Like don't talk, gesture to them or touch them or walk towards them. Beware and take care. Be alert. Be vigilant throughout the encounter and keep a path open for your exit. Don't block your exit. And yes, sir. Just 2 minutes more, man. And of course,
others have also to speak.
yes.
The organizers there.
And of course, just 1 minute. Maintain good communication. Learn communicating. I first. And listen, communicate, don't argue. Learn communication skills. And of course, prevention is the word. Last but not the least, we all give care, but add compassion to your care. Compassionate care means you should show a willingness to treat the patient with care. And empathy means knowing about his situation. So, and maintain your transparency. Talk about everything, about the details with the patient, the money, and all bills which are pending. And as Mr. Bhagat said, speak, write about your good work. Don't ask others. जो अच्छा काम करते हो उसको आप showcase करो and make videos, workshops, talk of your good work. That is what. It's the age of the social media. Make your own videos and showcase them to people of the good work you are doing. You can do it. You don't need anybody else to do it for you. And of course, communicate with your friends. Don't let things go very far. And conclusion is that stand with your doctors. Do not criticize yourself. Do not blame yourself. Do not blame your friends. Be united and be in high self-esteem. Thank you.
Thank you all for your nice lecture. I would simply say, united we stand, divided we fall. Whenever the PGs join, we should give them, and we are giving Then our reorientation programs, refresher courses in the beginning. They have to understand that they are not now students, they are responsible doctors, and they may be junior for us, but they are responsible doctors for the society. This feeling we have to create in them. That's all.
And moreover, there's nothing like seniors and juniors, and that the seniors are not coming to get the salts. Let us not divide the seniors and juniors. Let us be all one. And then,
But what I meant to say is that juniors are inexperienced. Let them gain more experience. Them. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am,
well,
for
thank
your
you very much.
lectures.
That's it.
So thank you so much, Dr. Sona Kaushal, to deliver this too much energetic talk for all of you. Please give a big round of applause. Lectures to all.
A very thundering talk. I hope the audience will all be benefited. Thank you, ma'am, so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chairperson.